Yo, welcome to the 37th edition of the Transparency Podcast. And 37th, weekly sports reference. I'm an 80s baby, which means I can appreciate some throwback players. Shout out to Larry Sanders, man.
Okay.
Good pass, gotcha.
I can't even think of a number 37, man. I know Dion wore 37 when he played for us.
For the Ravens. Yeah.
Shout out to Dion Sanders.
Shout out to Dion. Yeah. I mean, Dion.
And Jackson State, too. Shout out to Jackson State, man. HBCU college is doing their thing, man.
Definitely doing their thing. He bringing some notoriety to, black colleges and universities.
Yeah, they got a deal now, too. They're going to be playing on nationally televised games on networks now.
The greatest, man.
Big.
So one of the greatest cornerbacks ever, probably the greatest cornerback in NFL history.
For sure. You know anything about sports? I mean, we just talking about sports. I mean, we didn't want to leave you out.
I am getting into sports.
Okay.
So I'm learning more about basketball right now.
Okay,
so I learned
cool.
about the whole Kevin Durant thing that was happening, and I'm very proud of myself because I kept up on it.
Nice.
Nice. We're getting there, though.
Awesome. But anyway, I go by the name of Big O. I got my guy Moody here. How you doing, brother?
I'm smooth, man. Everything is good. How you doing? How's everything with you, player?
Man, full transparency. This past week was challenging to say the least. My personal journey on learning how to seriously take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people always say like, I'm just taking it day by day, but literally I'm taking everything day by day, you know what I mean?
For sure.
One day at a time, dealing with being patient, correcting my children. This ain't like it was rough this week. Like nobody.
First week of school.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Yep.
I don't have kids, but the first week of school this week was just too much.
Yeah. I mean, but you, as a parent, you try to keep them aligned. Like, as you say, you're not a parent, but I try my best. I got older children. I got from college to elementary school, but try to keep them aligned. Like, what I'm saying? They're going to make their mistakes. I mean, everybody want their kid to walk out and bubble wrap, but it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that. But the biggest thing I dealt with this week, last week, somebody extremely close to me dealt with domestic violence, man. It was a horrible encounter, which still grinds my gears as we speak, thinking about it. So I apologize for our loyal listeners for last week. I mean, that's...
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Life hits you sometimes.
Life hits you.
Not to say it like that, but I'm sorry to say it like that. Didn't mean
I'm all... literally, though.
Yeah, I didn't mean
literally. No. No pun intended. No, that's good. That was a good punchline, actually. Look at that. God.
Just nothing to laugh about. Domestic violence is a serious thing, man.
Yeah.
And it's a part of life,
Right.
People in relationships, it goes through things, man. And you got to, do what you can not to allow it to get to that point. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from that situation, even if it hurts the other person. You don't want to literally hurt them. You rather do it that way.
Right. I mean, I pray that people find the key to get out of that hell or that situation that you was in. You know what I'm saying? When you find that key, lock the door behind you, close it, bolt it shut, and walk away, man. And don't just keep it pushing and don't look back. But eventually, I like to record an episode about domestic violence. So we can bring awareness to that eventually. But because it's not a good look,
Never.
It's not a good look. But speaking of good looks,
our
guest is extremely easy on the eyes.
All right. Thank you.
She's going to talk about her journey. But first, Moody, what do we have going on at the Content Complex and Chaz Moody Media?
Man,
this thing,
this
empire.
Man, the Content Complex is always going to be the place to create content. Well, we got, event space. We also have, of course, video shoots daily, photo shoots daily. We have a boutique in here with female and male clothing. Yeah. We also have, of course, green screen, able and willing to always accommodate any creators anytime. You just go to the website, www.contentcomplex.net. And, we can, get you right, man, whatever you need here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we continue to grow. And Chaz Moody Media is just taking off, man. I've been busy.
I love it.
Doing a lot of editing, doing a lot of shooting. I just came.
At a football game yesterday.
Yeah, man, I was at Forest Park Friday. First opening game.
Brother. We can't be too bashful about that. We gotta hit these horns.
Hey man, hold up, man. Let me hit that. Football, high school, sports, man. Athletics is so dope, man, because these youngsters are coming up, man. Just see the atmosphere is dope. I'm recording Forest Park high school games for one of the senior players, Levi Kelly. He plays defensive end. He also plays tight end, so he doesn't even come off the field.
Yeah, we're gonna get Levi up in here.
Levi's that guy, man, no doubt. So those highlights you see on my page, if you go to Chaz Moody Media on Instagram, my Facebook page is Chaz Moody. I also put it on my YouTube as well as Chaz Moody Media. And just check out the young boy, man. He doing his thing, man. He had a pick 6, sacks, tackles. So it's just the beginning. Man. Conditioning is real though, man. These kids came out there that first day and was cramping up.
Yes.
So what I mean? It was hot out there. You know what I mean? And you gotta be hydrated. That's what it is. But they gonna get more in condition shape and more highlights to come, man. So shout out to the Forest Park High School team.
Shout out to that. I mean, and it definitely was hot. I went to the Maryland Terrapins game. They played Buffalo yesterday. I took my son there, and it was very extremely hot out there.
Yeah, man.
Like people was cramping up and everything. Yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah, guys, stay hydrated up.
It's real out here.
Yeah,
especially early.
No doubt, man. But now to our guests. We have a model here, y'all. We have a woman here that's blessed with natural beauty. A lot of times we struggle picking out our imperfections. We'll look at great qualities of individuals and beat ourselves up, overlooking the things that we're blessed with. For instance, someone that might be short with a great body type looks at someone tall wishing that they had that height. Wish they just had that height. But at the end of the day, what are you going to trade for that? You got to understand, we have to understand that no one's perfect. No diamonds are the same. Twins aren't even the same, I always say if an alien came to Earth, on my weirdo stuff, I always say if an alien comes to Earth, right, and we had kind of like a Space Jam situation, like I need your top female and male athlete, I would point out LeBron James and I would point out Serena Williams to save the world. So my point is everyone is built with a special set of skills. And we have to look in the mirror and identify our skills, dust them off, and help save the world. We just have to do our job. And the things that we can do with ease, others can't. We got to understand that. The things that we can do, others can't with ease. That's definitely fact. So we just have to stop disrespecting our creator. We have a particular set of skills, and we should work to inspire the ones who are like our apprentices looking up to us, whether that's writing, being a photographer, videographer, being a model, which leads me to this title, You're the Next Big Thing. And that's what I believe our guest is. She's the next big thing. Looking at her portfolio, she's very stunning. Full transparency. I had one conversation with her, and then I followed her on Instagram, and I said, man, I have to get her on this podcast, not to just promote her, but to also encourage these little girls and the young women who can build their confidence to stand in front of a camera and use their gift. She's done photo shoots all around the world, from Baltimore all the way to St. Martin, Bahamas, all this type of stuff, all this good stuff. If you don't know who I'm talking about, the Transparency Podcast is proud to bring on the beautiful Miss Shalyn Forde. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
We're great.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on. We definitely appreciate you coming on. So, the essence, of this, or the beginning, what started you doing a modeling thing? What gave you the confidence, as I was just speaking of, what gave you the confidence to say, hey, I'm going to start doing this?
So it's actually a very funny story. I was very against modeling to begin with. I had a friend at the time. She had called me. She texted me. She's like, hey, I really need somebody to come to a photo shoot with me. And in my mind, I was like, you've been to this place before. You know these people. So you don't really need me. So I went, and I'm a snacker. So if there's food out, that's the first thing I'm going to go to before I even speak to somebody. I'm going to grab a snack. That's my comfort snack.
That's definitely my comfort.
So I grabbed a pretzel. I was eating. When she went to go change, they asked me to stand in front of the camera. And from there, I had a photographer who I'm actually still really, really close with to this day. His name is Wes G.
Shalyn Wes G.
He had actually asked me, he's like, so why are you not into the modeling? And I was like, I don't know if I can deal with the makeup and everything else. And from there, they kept wearing me down to come back. And they're like, look at how good you look. You can bring your pretzel in the shot. So I was like, yes, look at me and look at that pretzel.
Nice.
So from there, it has taken off. It's been about 4.5 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's what it do. 4.5 years in the game modeling. That's cool. And just off of that, like being open to come, check out. You're like, well, why not check it out? And then so happen was get a career out of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you do mainly photos or videos, commercials, like what is or runway, like what exactly is some of the best, or what do you do?
I do more photos. I do music videos. I just did one maybe about a month or so ago.
Okay.
Sky J was the artist.
Okay.
Sky J.
Yes.
Sky J
nice.
He's out of Baltimore.
He's out of Baltimore.
Yes.
Sky J.
I do photos mostly. I shoot pretty much every genre. I shoot everything from fashion, lingerie, nude, implied. I do erotic, and I do erotic plus, which are just toys, not people. So.
So just toys. So you mean what? You just like grab the toys and like show them off with your hand? I mean, I'm just
people.
I don't know if that,
people like those. They like that. They like to give the essence of, is she using it? Is she not using it?
Okay.
So they'll do certain angles of how you do it.
Got you. That's
I shoot
dope.
everything up to that, and yeah.
How did you get so comfortable
I was
with
just about to ask
being in that limelight of like, well, let's get to that, like, let's do these nudes, let's do this erotic look. Like, what made you feel so comfortable in that?
I, at home, am a nudist.
Okay.
So
since you hit the door, you just get undressed.
Yes.
Okay.
So for me, it's one of those things, too, where I feel like the woman body is beautiful. The female body is gorgeous in different shapes, different sizes. And I'm more comfortable shooting nude. I prefer to shoot nude rather than shoot fashion, because I feel like if I'm in a pair of jeans, I can't get down as fast as I would like to. Or if I'm in a dress, I can't do certain moves that I would be able to do in pants, or if I'm nude. So I just prefer to shoot nude. I also prefer to do more of like the abandoned look. I'm an art model at heart. So a lot of stuff on my page that I'm sure you've seen is a lot of glam as well. So I can do glam, but my heart is art. So
absolutely.
I prefer to be down and dirty to an extent.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Okay.
No, that's good though.
So
that's good. I mean, because and like you were saying that, and we talked about it earlier, like confidence and being comfortable. Is there anything that you said like, I ain't doing that, man? I'm not weighing that, or like, how do they come up with the different attire? Like, you just like, this is not working for me.
It's weird. I price myself in certain ways. So with fashion, my fashion is a little bit higher than most models that do fashion. So right now I charge $75 an hour for fashion. I prefer not to do it, which is why for me I price it that way. But there are some people that are really into fashion, and that's all that they shoot. There haven't really been any times that I've really declined anything. The way that I try to look at it is, you're paying me for a service because you have a vision. So I'm not trying to be a diva, which I try to never do. If I'm really uncomfortable, then I'll say something. But I don't want to be that person that's like, no, I'm not wearing that, especially if that's what your vision was and that's what you bought for the shoot specifically. Okay. So, yeah.
That's smooth. So yeah, fashion is important. I like fashion a lot. Growing up, I think I was just, of course, the flyest stuff or what you got on, and always, depending on, what was happening and all. Being trendy, knowing what's going on is important. And I think fashion is also about not just spending the most expensive. Spending the most money on something expensive. I think is how you put it together, of course.
Absolutely.
And of course, the quality is important too.
Right.
You know what I mean? But fashion is dope to me. So like when you're looking at this industry. Like what are some of the big like hurdles like have you came across and just in these 4 years and saying, well, like this is cool, but I don't really think I want to do this no more? Or like, did you get to a point where it's like, man, this is really cool and I can really build off this and I can take this over here? Like, what did you, like, how did your ups and downs go?
That's an all the time thing. More recently, I've been trying to decide, do I want to keep going after this year? Part of me is, this is my stress reliever.
Yeah.
So I can express myself by posing, by just shooting. So when that camera goes up, I'm ready, I'm prepared. I'm pretty sure you saw me earlier when I said.
Right. Y'all already seen you pull the camera out. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
But this world is also very wild. So
Yeah.
people either don't want to pay for shoots. They want to book me for a lingerie shoot or for a nude shoot or an erotic shoot where it's open leg, and they don't want to pay me for it. And you're not going to see my goodies for free.
Oh, no.
Right.
It's a love-hate relationship with this world, and I love it so much. So part of me says I'm never going to be done. But as I'm getting older, I want to get more to the teaching side of things.
Okay.
I want to be able to help younger models, to be able to let them know the knowledge that I have, let them know what kind of posing you can do, tell them, hey, if someone asks you to take off a piece of clothing just real quick, if you're not comfortable, don't do it. I've told a couple of newer models that, and they're like, thank you so much. Someone tried to do that. So just trying to educate a little bit more. I want to eventually have my own studio. I want to eventually be able to have a safe space, have a studio where someone can come in and I have a makeup artist, or I have a friend where I know that they do murals, have a mural on a wall that changes every month. So I'm trying to think a little bit bigger, but still do select projects.
Got you.
So I have my circle of photographers. I have Reggie, who ties me up. Reggie tapes me. He does the black tape project. He also does shibari, which is rope tying.
Gotcha.
So in different types of shapes and sizes.
Nice.
So just trying to figure out exactly where I want to go. Right now I'm in that stage of I'm actually creating a workshop that I'm trying to do at the end of November. But I'm trying to decide, do I want to be a part of that and model as well, or do I want to stress myself out and kind of oversee everything and run around?
That's a good question, though.
Or do both. So just kind of still planning all of that out.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people, like I used to, we made music. And like
we still make music, man. What you mean?
Well,
we've made music.
Moody makes music.
We still do.
He makes media. He makes music. I make podcasts. We need a podcast, but I don't know if you need if you need a hot 16 for the what Shayla say for the right price. Maybe I get you right.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Hey.
But it's a tough industry.
It is.
It's a tough industry. I think when you are trying to, especially we talked about this on our last podcast, coming out of Baltimore, like it just seems like everyone has like their own idea, and that's it. And it's like nobody's open to working as a team. So I found it interesting that you said that you are trying to build a team, because like, I mean, you definitely can go somewhere by yourself, like, but how far can you go? Like, you're not just talking about, I'm going to be like, I want to be this. You like, I want to build a team and have like I don't want to just stop with me. I want to build these young kids, everything. So that's amazing. And
going back a little bit to what Moody had asked me, it's also tough being a black model. Because it's harder for us in this industry to do things. To me personally, I'm not going to speak for every black model. For me, it's personally hard, because I can't get away with a lot of what the white models get away with, because they'll be like, oh, she did that. But yet you see someone else's ass on there, and I'm like, I just posted that, but yet Instagram took my shit down.
Right.
Oops, sorry, am I allowed to curse?
No, you good. No, you good. You
had to make sure.
No, you good.
You definitely good.
Yeah, man, these platforms.
It's just hard being a black model here, which is why I'm trying to create a black workshop, I'm all for teamwork with everybody, no matter what color, anything like that. But definitely trying to make sure that the black models that are out here working hard in this state are being recognized.
Nice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's fly. I think you got a vision, and I'm, just seeing that you're passionate about it, that you want to do it. Always teaching is important. So you go ahead and do that. You make sure you stick to that. You know what I mean? I see that. That's what it do. Always teaching is important. And again, you know, if you need event space, you know, we got you. You know, we had talked a little bit about it, but this is a good spot for you for sure.
Yes.
We'll like, you know, embrace it and, you know, make you feel at home for sure.
It's gorgeous in here.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So like, you know, fashion, modeling, all that good stuff. I know you got to this point, but like, you know, growing up, like, you know what I mean? Like, you from Baltimore, correct?
I am.
What side? Which area? What space?
I was on the east side, so I was more out in the county.
Okay, county. Yeah. We county too. We county boys all day. Northwest County boys here. So how was it? I mean, like, you ain't gotta get into detail. You know what I mean? This is a transparency podcast, but we do, you know, we just try to get a good understanding of like what got you to this point. You know what I mean? What made you want to, you know, take on this role of, you know, teaching kids and wanting to model and be, you know, open with your comfort, you know, being comfortable with your body. Like, how did you get that? How did you get to the point to this? Or where did you start?
I mean, my mom definitely has been very helpful in making sure that I am my own person, kind of trying to make sure that I stay in the correct direction of things. It makes me think back to when I did my very first nude shoot, and it was in the middle of the night. She goes, "Are you doing porn now?" It was me with the guitar.
Yeah.
Makes me think of that.
Right.
But no, it was just me and my mom growing up. My dad lives in Florida. I have four other siblings. Half siblings. They live in Georgia and Florida.
Okay.
But it was literally just me and my mom growing up. I was a normal kid. I did cross country for about 3 years. I did track. I preferred track a little bit more than cross country.
Nice.
Because that cross country was
It's
killing
different.
me.
It take a lot.
Cross country different.
But hills are my favorite thing, so I do like hills.
You still work out and you do like?
I'm actually a personal trainer as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
So I do that about 2 or 3 times a week. I teach group fitness classes out in Timonium. And yeah, get clients every now and then. So just trying to make sure I stay up on the health and fitness since it works out together with the modeling and personal training.
Yeah, it do, for sure. And that, you know, growing up in that atmosphere with you and your mom, I'm sure y'all were close. And you know, what's one of the main lessons she might have taught you coming up, you know, in this, I would say in this Baltimore area, because I feel like we just different in this area, to be honest. Definitely. You know, we go through a lot, but we also overcome a lot. We know how to, you know, be resilient. So what's like one good like nugget or one good jewel that she dropped on you like coming up?
Something that I'm still learning now is how to still save. Make sure no matter what paycheck, try to make sure you save something. And I know that's like the normal thing that parents tell you.
Not all of them.
Nah, it's not.
Not all of them. But you don't ever think about that when you're younger. You're like, they're just talking.
Right.
They don't mean nothing. I get it now. I definitely get it now because it's like there's so many different things coming at you at once. Yeah. Now that I've thrown a car into the mix, got to make sure I get my oil change, which I did. I was at 9% oil, and I made sure that I got my oil changed yesterday. I know. I was so proud of myself.
You don't understand how women do go through that. Like women that are like maybe single. I mean, I'm not sure if you are, but I mean, women that are single sometimes they don't really be checking that oil. Or them tires. Or that car engine, nothing.
I have a good male support group around me. My partner at the gym, we are actually like partners together.
Nice.
In it. He is like, I'll teach you how to change your oil. I do have a boyfriend, so I am not single. But he also is like, let me make sure everything's good on the car. I'm like, I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention. Today. Tomorrow might be a different story, but
right. That's dope. That's dope, though.
Yes, so.
That's important.
Yeah, I mean, because definitely, like the help, like how you said that, you gotta have support. You gotta have support groups. So even hearing your mom could have took it a different way when she looked at your picture and was like, "Wait, you doing, porn or something like that? I don't want you doing this."
Now she's very supportive. She just kind of makes sure, like, hey, let me know where you're going. Let me know who you're with. When I do the photos with the guys, I don't know if you saw the one I posted recently yesterday where I'm on the guy's back.
I wasn't on IG today, but yesterday.
Yeah. So now she's like, "Ooh, who is that?" And I'm like, "Look, it's me." She goes, "I'm not talking about you, girl." But she is supportive now. She'll tell me like, "I like this pose. Maybe you should have done something a little different." So it's definitely nice to have that in my corner.
So that grew though, like you said, like originally she probably was like, "Well, are you doing porn?" But she was always receptive to you doing more
the modeling
of
beforehand.
Okay,
yes.
that's good. That's good.
Until I decided to take my clothes off.
Okay, so when that happened, that's when she was like, okay. But then, like you said, she's starting to like open up to it more and support
she's
it.
way better about it because I'm 31, so there's not much that she can really say now.
Right.
So she can still give her opinion, but I'm not gonna stop.
That's a fact. You know.
So, and I try to make sure I show her more of the artistic ones rather than the super sexy ones. So.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I mean, I mean, the portfolio is lit though. If you look at it, if you go down, it's not just for me. Like, it's not just the nude ones. It's just all of them. Like,
versatile.
And the scenery. So your the photographers that you work with, I mean, they're capturing a lot. Like, I mean, because I'm someone. Obviously, I'm not a model picture. You know,
connoisseur.
Jesus, a connoisseur.
What you saying? Oh,
just looking at stuff, you like, wow, like, because I'm looking at the pose, I'm looking at the face, I'm looking at the scenery, like the background. One of my favorite ones that you did, you standing on a dock with like with the sailor hat on,
that's
or
one
whatever,
of my favorites.
and that's fire.
Thank
it's
you.
really fire.
Thank you.
It's really fire. You know what I mean? So how do you get into it with your photographers, or do you let them like kind of just do their thing and you just follow the lead? Because I'm the type of person that just follow the lead. Like, I don't just be like, I'm not modeling, but you know, the stuff that I do, like, I just feel like I have one job. I might just, you know, put my 2 cents in something, but not really. I just kind of let people take the lead. So how do you do that?
It depends on the person, and it's also crazy because as creatives, we all have a certain eye for certain things. So as a photographer and a videographer, you have this whole vision in your mind that I don't even know what it is. Whereas if I'm thinking about a certain shoot, I know exactly what I want, but you may not know, and vice versa with music and podcasts. It is, for me, I have my close circle of people that I do shoot with, and with them, we collaborate. So, for example, with that, the photographer's like, I have access to a boat, so let's go out and let's do a boat shoot. And he was like, I don't know what you want to bring whatever you want to do. I brought my little microkini, threw it on. He's like, I think I have a captain's hat, and it kind of worked out that way. There have been times where I've said I wanted to go out into the woods and freak out about the bugs, but also just kind of be out in the wilderness, do like an abandoned, there was an abandoned army fort that I really loved.
Okay.
And I've had a couple of shots there where I'm in like a black fuzzy jacket and just high heels. And just, it depends on the person. So if it's someone that I don't really know and they're requesting to book me, they typically already have something in mind. So they'll say, hey, I want to do a kitchen shoot. Or I want you in lingerie, so let's make it boudoir. But there are certain people where I kind of just experiment with. Like, I loved doing the shibari, gotten tied up once. The Black Tape Project, which is actually a really big world. If you were to search that, you'd see so many different things. It takes time to have all the tape put on you, but it is so gorgeous.
Right.
And when I go and do the photography excursions, when I went to St. Martin and when I went to the Bahamas, those are just so creative because you're just out there. Like,
that was a stunt, by the way. You know, Bahamas, St. Martin shoots and a whole bunch of all of that good stuff out there in them waters. You know, you must be good if people, you know, you getting booked, or, you know, people telling you, come on out, I got something for you. You know, you got somebody that's really, you know, invested in you. So that's like, you know, shows that your work ethic is there, your creativity is there. You know, you being able to work with is there, you know, because some people are not good to work with, you know, like some people are not good to collaborate with. You know, you can be, you know, pretty and, you know, have all these, you know, traits about you, but if you can't come in there and work with somebody and be like, all right, take direction. Okay, cool. What you think if I do this? And you communicating with your, you know, photographers. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? So shout out to you for that. I
actually, Nate Tyler, he used to be in the Waldorf area. He's actually moved to Jacksonville, but he is my mentor. He actually also helps me run my OnlyFans, which he does provide that service. But he is somebody that when I'm in a rut or if I don't really know if I'm having a creative block, I can call him and he's like, okay. He's a teacher for sure because he talks a lot when he's trying to teach you something. But after I process it and take that time, even if I'm mad about something he says, I'm like, all right, shit, Nate was right. Like, I get it. I have to kind of get out of my comfort zone in order to get to where I need to be. So he has definitely been someone that has been like instrumental in everything that I have done. So a lot of the island shoots that you see on there are from him.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, because you can't take like for instance, you can't. It's different sceneries. Like so, you got to go different places.
Yes.
And, like sometimes you got to go out of the country to get a
mini vacation,
get a perfect shot. Yeah, mini vacation, get a perfect shot. Yeah. So you brought up the OnlyFans. For people that don't understand OnlyFans, what is OnlyFans? Because people are assuming that it's like a
porn site.
Porn site, yes.
Yeah, man, it is a place that you can find porn for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah. But
a lot of people also don't know it started as a sports thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys had known that OnlyFans started as all sports, and then it didn't become bigger until the pandemic. I had my OnlyFans before the pandemic. Okay. I just wasn't really utilizing it too much because I was like, I don't really know if somebody's going to
check for it.
Yeah, come on here or even pay me to put up content. To me, the way that I do things, so my Instagram is strictly just shoots, photo shoots. OnlyFans is life stuff. So I like to dance around when I'm cooking. I like to, when I'm cleaning, if I'm cleaning naked, if I'm dancing around, I'm recording it. A lot of people like that because it's very humble as well. So like I'll have my little Bantu knots in my hair. You'll see me putting my Bantu knots in, just regular life shit that people like. Yeah. So, well, men, sorry.
Right.
Mostly men are there.
Women too. No, women too.
True, yes.
So OnlyFans is somebody pretty much having access to your life, like in that capacity, but they have to pay for it.
Yes. So most models do it where they are either, and I personally don't, there are models that do have sex on there. There are people that would like to just post their nudes, which sometimes I do post the nude photo shoots that I can't really post on Instagram, or if I don't feel like censoring it, I can put that on OnlyFans and not have to worry about it being taken down or me being in Facebook jail for 3 days or something.
Yeah. It's free on there. You can do you got a lot of freedom on there.
Yeah.
And charge what you want, and then of course have people, subscribe to your content.
And you can always put someone else on there with you. So if I have another model, I can put their name on there, put their OnlyFans, and people can go to their profile and then, hey, maybe they'll pay for theirs and they'll see them like, oh, I think she's cute. Click. Let me see.
Wow.
So, but for me, I mostly do lifestyle stuff just because I can get lazy because it can be very demanding. People do make requests.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of time that you have to create content. And with me working, me personal training, me being in school full time, it's a lot to try to even make content every single day.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's you sound like, you do a lot, you know what I mean? Shout out to you being busy and doing that, you know what I mean? Cuz that's super just a lot of good energy to put into all of those things. So, shout out to you on that tip.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, for sure. What do you think about like women? I'm not going to say charging men for services. I ain't gonna say service. I'm gonna just say sex. I'm gonna just keep it a band. I'm gonna be transparent. Because the thing is, we as men, right? Because I think I seen this come up not too long ago, just like speaking to women or seeing something come up like, we of course we want, sex from women, but we want to take them out too. We want to treat it. It depends on who you are. You know what I mean? Right. Some men, want to get straight to the point, but then it seems like women don't really gravitate towards a certain type of man unless they have this certain type of thing or just this look or this money because they want to get something from it. You know what I mean? So like, what is your opinion on like how that is now in these days? Like if you ain't got whatever you have or you don't have that certain status, you ain't getting no woman. Do you think that women should keep that as far as like, I'm gonna use what I got to get what I want? Or do you think it's more like, okay, it's about the vibe? Yeah, of course it's about the vibe, but I still need to be felt like you got some security for me as well.
I think it depends on the woman.
Real good question, man.
It definitely depends on the woman. I just was actually talking to a friend where she had mentioned, I'm going to get my hair done and I'm going to post it and then he's going to text me. And I had to tell her, I said, you know, we're in our 30s.
Mm.
Our looks aren't going to get us very far anymore. That's me personally. I think it's more personality. I think it's more of just vibe.
Right.
For me, I want to make sure that I have somebody that is, you know, attentive to me, that I can actually speak to, especially about, because dating before I got a boyfriend in this industry is hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
That's,
I had a man tell me no one was ever going to date me because of the type of modeling that I did. But that's his insecurity.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Right.
So I now have a man where I had said to him, I said, hey, how are you still feeling? I've known him for a while. I said, how are you still feeling about me shooting with the men and different things like that? And he said, you know, I'm secure in our connection. You were doing this before I met you. If I have any issues, I will let you know.
Respect.
That's
And that right
communication.
there, yes, that communication for me, as long as I have that communication, I have your attention, I feel like I can talk to you and not hide things from you, I'm happy. But every other woman is different. So I can't necessarily speak for them. But for me, I know it's not just looks on my end. For him, I like the fact that he takes care of his kids, that he's working, that he still makes time for me, that he's still trying to make sure he's getting further in his teaching career. I like that kind of stuff. As long as I see you working for you, because I've dated some men where they're like, well, what do I do next? And I'm like, I can't answer that for you.
Right.
I need you to do things for you, not because I want you to do them.
Yeah, that's
amazing, man.
So
that's amazing.
It just depends on them, because you'll have probably a different guest where they'll be like, well, you know, yeah, he's got to be fine.
Yeah, you gotta have 6 figures.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't care about all
You need
that.
to make this bread. You know what I mean? And that's
As long
what it
as
is.
you're feeding me, I'm happy. Like, if we make dinner together. It's never really like a, oh, buy me this kind of thing. It's a...
So y'all do everything together. Y'all train together.
Not everything together.
Okay.
No, we
Well,
do
I mean,
have
like, that
our
type of
space.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, more so like we'll cook together, because when it's our time, it's our time. So like we took a day trip to the beach just to have something else to do.
Awesome.
We'll cook together. We'll watch shows together. So like right now, I'm waiting on him to watch another episode of Raising Kanan.
Oh, yeah.
And to watch another episode of House of Dragons, but he's taking forever. So when he watches this,
you snooze, you lose. You got to go.
I'm trying so hard.
I'm behind on the shot too.
I haven't started that yet, but it's on my list. But here's the thing, though. So on my Prime is up on his PS5, so I can't watch it. He can't watch it without me either, because one of us will know. Because we're in there watching other stuff.
Oh, you watched it without me? Really?
Right, and you can't go back because it'll say replay episode.
Right, that's the thing.
So I'm like, that's trying.
Cool, how upset do you get if somebody if you watch a show without it? Because I ain't gonna lie, I mean, I might look at it like, all right, look, you wasn't around. I've been asking you to watch it, so I had to watch it.
Oh no, I questioned because I said, "What are you watching without me on my HBO Max? What are you watching without me?" Because he was like, "Oh, I accidentally clicked on." I said, "You ain't accidentally click on nothing."
He tripped and clicked on it. Oh, I might as well start watching it.
He was like, "No, babe, I was trying to watch Westworld." And House of Dragons are 2 different letters.
That's funny. That's real. That's a real thing in relationships, man.
That's
yes.
good.
So I have. I actually watch shows with my neighbor too, and he's like, "You want to watch?" I said, "No, I can't watch House of Dragon, but we can keep watching Shooter."
Right. And that's time that you do look forward to with your partner. You know what I mean? Like even though it's just a show, but it's more than that. Sometimes it's just having that time together. Talking to each other about whatever, that show is about, you know what I mean? So people do take those things very, they put a priority with them, you know what I mean?
The Boys was different. I had already started that without him. So that was, have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen The
Boys.
Yeah.
No, what's that?
Oh my gosh, you guys have to watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. There's 3 seasons out.
Okay.
When you watch it, please watch the first episode, because within the first 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to be like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then you're going to send me a message.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like about the corporate side of superheroes.
Okay.
If superheroes were corporate and if they were bad.
Really?
It's if you like a little bit of gore, it's gory.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite shows.
I actually just got a notification because Amazon Prime, like, I don't watch anything on there, so I just got a notification. They said, "Yo, you ain't pay us, so we canceling your membership." So I gotta re-up on it now.
Do you have a school email?
School email.
Because if you have a school email, you can get 6 months for your Amazon Prime.
Boom.
Right.
Shout out to that nice piece of knowledge there. Shout out to everybody on Amazon
We share
Prime.
the wealth. Me and my family, we share the wealth. Like, so Netflix, Hulu, what is it, Disney Plus, all that stuff.
Disney Plus.
HBO Max, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
We share the wealth. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my son mother has Amazon, so maybe I get it from her.
You should definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because
watch
she
it.
got all my stuff.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to me. You know.
Shout out to me for looking out.
I mean, I got my mama's Netflix
Hey,
and her HBO Max
man.
and her Stars. So
my daughter's calling my daughter every day. Dad, what's the password? I don't know. Kind of find out. You know what's crazy? So Netflix, and I know we going far off now, but Netflix, my daughter was like, "What's the passcode?" I said, "What do you mean? It's the same passcode." I done had my same passcode. If you know one of my passcodes, you know all of them anyway. But
okay,
I'm snitching on myself.
Yeah, you put that out. Yeah. Might want to change that up.
But Netflix. Somebody stole my Netflix, like my email, and they changed the email. I had to call Netflix or whatever. And they were streaming my thing or whatever like that. So they'd take your identity and steal your
these
stuff.
hackers are wild.
They be hacking. They good hackers.
I got hacked last year at 10,000 followers, and that was the scariest moment of my life.
10,000 followers.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was very, very scary, and I hacked that bitch back.
So how crushing is that? You know, for especially you to build 10,000 followers.
It's like not necessarily a heart attack, but you're like, the breath gets knocked out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, it's scary. And all he wanted was $300, but I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, wow.
So he said you can get your page back after 300.
But they probably wouldn't have really given it to me. So I found a Facebook partner.
Scams.
We hacked him back. I got my stuff back.
Oh, you got your stuff. Oh, so you didn't lose your, because some people lose their stuff.
Nope. I made everybody report it because I was like, if I can't have it, he can't either. But the Facebook partner actually was able to somehow get it back from him.
That's amazing.
So, gotta find people. And I actually searched online, saw it on a blog, reached out to him, and it was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Reaching
awesome.
out.
Yes.
So, I did hear you say that you're a full-time student. So, what are you going to school for?
I am currently in school for human resources management. I go to University of Arizona Global Campus. They used to be Ashford University. So I actually just switched jobs. I used to work for Loyola University, their library. Them and Notre Dame share a library together.
My daughter went to both of them schools.
Yeah, they. I was there for a good 3.5 years, and I actually left back in May. So now I am a compliance analyst for the aviation department of my company, Aston Carter. They're part of Aerotech.
Okay.
So for mechanics that want to work on planes, I make sure that they're compliant with their drug and alcohol checks.
Nice.
Gotta be.
Yes.
Ooh, because, man. What was that? Soul Plane. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg died on the plane, then the other person slipped and fell. Like, they couldn't land.
That's
Oh, man.
Make sure your pilots and everybody's doing those plane things are sober.
Yeah, it's mostly
Focus,
just for
please.
mechanics, but it's definitely also an interesting world.
Yeah,
too,
because it's an issue up there. You in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that movie with I watched a movie with Denzel Washington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't think I've seen that.
And then I wanted to see the one with I think it was Tom Hanks, the one no, it was Denzel Washington. I think he had to flip the plane over and land it upside down.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I've never seen it though. I've never seen that joint.
But I have, it's not like a normal school because it's online. I have one class every 5 weeks. So I'm technically a junior right now. So I have a whole nother year and then a whole nother year after that to finish. So I don't really get a break towards the end of the year. Yes. For Christmas, maybe like a week or two. And then after that, I just back to back classes.
It's good though. It's good, man.
Trying to knock it out.
Try to get big. I mean, because listening, you can use your you said human resources and all that stuff, and you building all that up. And look at that. That's all working. That's all tying together. We see what you're doing is webbing together. Webbing together for your agency.
Just trying to do everything without stressing myself out too much right now.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, just stressing, like, going through things, we do a transparency questions here, and I'm gonna just go right into one. Like, what is something that you do to relieve stress? Like, what do you have lined up for your, stress relief?
Well, am I allowed to say certain things?
You can say whatever you
Okay,
want
well,
on the
I
Transparency Podcast.
I
That's
smoke,
right.
which I know is definitely contradicting of what I do.
Hey.
Is it? Really?
I mean, it could be to certain people, but I smoke for multiple reasons. One, yes, to relieve stress, but two, I also have fibromyalgia, which is widespread pain throughout the
I was about
body.
to say, what is that? Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's kind of like rheumatoid arthritis, but it attacks your whole body. So
Wow.
I can have a flare in my hand. I can have a flare in my cheek, in my thigh, somewhere, not necessarily the joints. So I use it for that reason. I use it to relax. I'm also diabetic, so stress is not necessarily a good thing for me because my sugar can go up as as I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Just either spending time with my mom is also very stress relieving for me. Hanging out with my boyfriend, smoking. I've started at least three new series, and I've already got like 4 others that I should be watching.
Yeah.
So I kind of like to sit in the house with my heated blanket, watch my stuff, and that's really about it. Just kind of chill out in a whole different zone.
That's awesome.
So what you do for the stress reliever, Doc?
For me personally, oh man, I do a lot of editing work. Editing is a stress reliever for me. Sitting down and working on a project. Definitely take a lot of baths, man. Epsom salt baths.
I took a
relax.
bath the first time today. I mean, not today. Last week. I was
First time ever. I never took a bath ever.
I ain't take a bath. I ain't take a bath since I was younger.
Yeah.
And I actually just took a bath the other day, and it felt I was just stressed that day.
See, now editing stresses me out because I also do edit.
Okay.
As well, but it stresses me out.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you good, G. I mean, that's a couple of things, man. That and also just like spending time with my son as well. Just like taking him out somewhere. Like it does feel good just to be with him. I don't stress like when I'm with him. You know what I mean? Just because he's just so full of life. Yeah. That's just a few, man, that I do. What about you?
Definitely walks, man. I take a lot of walks, and I love being around my family too. But sometimes
eating too.
Yes.
I forgot to mention that.
Good meal.
I mean, come on now.
Good meal.
Love eating. And definitely going for walks. I like seeing sceneries, man. I like going like different trails or whatever, or even just walking on like regular streets. Like you see different sceneries because when you're driving, you just driving past it.
You can't.
You know what I mean? And you can't really appreciate things like that. Also, like you said, being around your family, being around your children. Also, another stress reliever is I took a day off of work on Friday just to take the day to myself, man.
Yeah.
Personal day.
Quiet house, nothing.
If you like hiking, you should also download the app All Trails. So it'll show you different trails.
Yeah, I downloaded it.
Well, not necessarily hiking, but if you like to
show you what trails.
They'll show you hidden gems in your neighborhood.
All right, I gotta check that out.
There's a lot of them too. You'd be surprised how many trails and waterfalls and stuff that's in the city and in the county.
I just like nature, and also going to like I said, went to a sporting event, stuff like that. I love sports and just YouTube too. YouTube, like she was saying the series and all that stuff. YouTube is my baby. I love it. Yes.
Yeah, man. So like, what else you do far as creative wise? I know you do the modeling, you do other things, but like, what's something that you I can say that a new skill that you picked up lately, or something that you've done that you were surprised that you was able to get done, or something that you wasn't familiar with and you gravitated towards it? I
would have to say right now, training at work, because it's a lot. We work with the FAA, so the Federal Airline Agency.
Okay.
And there's a lot of rules and things like that. And I know it's not necessarily creative, but I'm still learning so much at one time.
It's a new skill.
That it's wild. Like there's so many different parts to checking someone's drug and alcohol. And then there's forms you have to look at before you can approve certain stuff. So it's like, it all comes full circle.
That's creating though. That's still creating.
So it is a lot. But between that and just, I'm also trying to learn new recipes. I do like to cook. I like to try to experiment, that kind of stuff, because I don't eat meat. So fish and things like that can get old after a while, like, you know, eating the same stuff. So just trying to kind of figure out, wonder if this will be good. I wonder if this will be good. But I know some of my friends are tired of me because I'm like, should I have pizza for dinner or should I make shrimp with blah, 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 blah for dinner? And it's every night.
So is it, like, cause my mom doesn't eat meat, pause, but she don't eat meat. But she I'm preparing for a cookout now, but she does like the Impossible burgers and stuff like that.
Yes.
Do you do Impossibles and all that stuff?
I do Impossible burgers. I do like to air fry salmon.
Air fry salmon. I never did that before. Gosh. I use the air fryer. That's my best friend.
I don't eat it any other way now.
You gotta send me a recipe. I never use it.
I will. It's my own personal recipe, and I drizzle some honey. Just bam.
That sounds good.
In the air fryer. Wow.
In the air fryer, and it's still so juicy and good. I don't eat my salmon baked anymore unless I'm at a restaurant. But yes, I do Impossible meat. I do Sweet Earth brand chicken as they call it, because everyone's like, it's not chicken. Just different plant-based. With plant-based, you have to really experiment.
Yeah.
Certain stuff is good. Other stuff is like, what did you just buy?
Right.
So definitely Impossible burgers. I'm very careful. I've gotten a lot better about it now, but I don't eat anything with gelatin, so I'm pescatarian. A lot of people, when they're pescatarian, they still eat candy such as like gummy worms and things, jelly beans, which I can't have because it has gelatin. So I can do Sour Patch Kids. I can do Dots. I can do that kind of stuff. I just try to make sure I can't have Rice Krispie Treats because those are marshmallows. Marshmallows have gelatin in them. I used to be very big on don't cook my burger on top of your burger after your burger. Wow. Now, it's not that bad because I'm not physically eating a burger. So if it happens, it happens. I may be able to tell a little bit, but I'm not going to be a Karen about my food anymore.
Gotcha.
Karen about your food.
In the beginning, yes, because after it took me 2 weeks for my body to adjust to being pescatarian, and then I had some ground beef because I was in a rush. I was like, I'll be good. I was absolutely not good.
Yeah, that happens for sure.
Yeah, so my body really liked it, and I miss bacon. So
I was just thinking, I'm like, shoot, she ain't chicken, she ain't bacon. I ain't trying.
Chicken, I'm good. Like, I didn't even like chicken before I started this, but bacon is the problem. Like, if you're going to eat some bacon, I'd be like, how's it taste? Can I smell it? Can I watch you eat it? Like, I'm going to be all in your mouth.
And bacon with a burger, too, was good, too. But
like,
I have fake bacon, which is fine.
What's fake? Like, yeah, I never had that. I guess
not turkey bacon.
It's bacon.
No, it's not even meat.
Canadian bacon.
It's called bacon.
It's called tempeh.
I don't even know what that is. I ain't never heard of that.
It's called tempeh. Trust me, you don't want it. It's fine. I eat it because I have to.
It's a lifestyle, man. It's good. It's healthy. It's good for you.
That's good.
I haven't eaten meat in like a good month and some change.
You said you was doing a fast, bro.
Yeah, and I'm gonna probably keep with that. I just no burgers, no steaks, nothing like that. No red meat anyway.
Yeah.
I lost like 20 pounds when I had first started.
That's what it do.
Definitely juicy though. I still do my green drinks and stuff like that.
Okay.
I do my green drinks and things like that. But I have to eat my I have to eat bacon. I have to eat I have to. I don't know. Like I ain't gonna lie. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
That's just your choice.
So I did. So I did do the men's fast again. We talked about this before at the start of the year. The same kind of. I think the fast that you on now was no sex. It was no.
It was red meat.
No red meat. No,
Yeah. No alcohol.
No alcohol.
Oh.
Yeah. She like whoa.
The red meat was one thing, but no alcohol. No alcohol. No.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it was I mean, to be honest with you, when you fast, it does show you that you have discipline. You do. I started these green drinks and making them, and you feel a lot better. You're less sluggish. You know what I mean? Because it's just like I think a lot of people miss like the vegetables that they need. Like, so what I do every day, because I do a fast every day, but I do my fast from I eat food between 11 and 7.
That's what my mom does.
Okay, that's what your mom does.
Yep, so I'm
And
familiar.
then I have a green drink in the morning. Like I take that around like 10 before I eat my food or whatever. So technically, I guess it is like a little early, but I do my green drink and I feel less like it's good. It feels good.
Me
it feel good.
Not eating the meat made me feel less sluggish, which is why I did it. It was actually I went to the Bahamas and everybody there was like vegan.
Yeah.
And we had a private chef, and he was still making some meat for some people. And he was like, I really only have fish, so if you want something else, you're going to have to go to the store and buy it. And from there, I was like, you know what? Let me try this at home. Let me not go completely vegan. Let me do pescatarian. And then from there, I was like, I feel way better.
So, and that happened, so you've been doing it for 2 years? You said 2 years?
For that's been about 3 years.
3 years. 3 years.
Yes.
So the Bahamas, that made you, Bahamas is beautiful too, I've been there.
Yes. We went to Gilligan's Island. That was
Gilligan's
really nice.
Island.
I think that's near where the pigs swim. I don't deal with no pigs because they can be aggressive.
I seen that one of my favorite movies was Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That is in my top 5 and due date.
Appreciate this, this combo.
Man, these movies
appreciate what you do. You seem like a very well-rounded,
I've seen,
inspired.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall is
Forgetting Sarah Marshall
So thank you for coming on to the show.
And
next,
so funny,
endeavors. Of course, you said you want to do the teaching. You want.
I actually went out and bought
things of that nature. So if anything else you got you're working on now,
you
can go ahead and promote
it.
it.
That is one of my
what you got going on next.
Top movies. Nothing set in
So
stone.
all right, so if you're in a movie,
I am going to be doing
what are your top
workshop.
I'm still in.
Haven't figured out a name just yet.
Questions.
No, this ain't my segment is only if you good, brother. It's all a part of the show.
So you're a movie. So what are the top? Because it seems like you like to laugh. So what are your top movies?
Any photographers that want to come out and shoot. I've got 3 dope models. Step Brothers is definitely in there. I am a Will Ferrell fanatic. Wonderful.
Classic.
I have Due Date because that whole movie. And I have Alice and Olivia where obviously Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Definitely trying to think of looking forward more so to 2023.
Hangover isn't really in there. It's like
this
a good
year
movie to watch.
I would definitely say Superbad for next year.
Oh my goodness,
for
Superbad,
sure.
hilarious.
Congrats on everything. You continue to build, continue to do your thing. We're gonna support you, of
I
course.
can't think of
And hopefully we continue to
Knocked
work
Up
with
was
you
okay.
for sure. We might got a
Knocked Up
photo
wasn't my
shoot or a
favorite.
video to shoot.
40-year-old version.
We'll definitely holler at you.
You're not far.
Dope, for sure.
There
And
was
also,
something else that Steve
where
Carell
can
was in.
we,
It probably has something to do with it.
Where can everybody? Oh, Steve Carell. Oh, you talking about date night? Ain't that what it's
I
called? Is it
might
rap
see
on there?
on Twitter, but I don't know.
That-
There's so many.
That was real
movies
funny
that
with
he
him.
has done.
That movie was real
OnlyFans,
funny.
it's
No, that
at
was
Shea Butter.
not the Rock.
But there was also fun
Well, like,
ones.
Shea Butter. Oh my goodness.
That was a good movie.
When Jim Carrey was
On my phone, on the
some
car,
creep.
it says Shea Nut Butter.
Shea Butter. Look at right now.
On Instagram,
What is
it's
it?
at
January
Shaylyn.Ford. So that's
January
Sam,
So
right in the middle.
Yeah,
H-A-L-Y-N.
cool.
Yes, right in the middle of the
cold.
I may be shadow banned, so you may have
Yeah.
to do the whole
That's cool,
name.
man.
And then you can find me because Instagram does not like me all the time.
Oh, that's a great shadow, man.
They keep taking my photos down.
Sheesh.
Yes.
Show a little bit of skin and they be hating, man.
They be hating. But
Crazy.
let the young Caucasians do it, and they all on it. They all on
Certain
it.
things, man.
I think it's just me. I posted a photo where I was nude. There was a gentleman next to me. We had whipped cream in our hands. He had whipped cream here. I had whipped cream here, whipped cream here. His stayed up, but they took mine down. It stayed up on the photographer's page, but they took it down off of mine.
I would love to
So
see the people's faces. I would love to see the people's faces that's looking at like, oh no, this can't be on there.
it's wild, especially with my aunts are like, who are you?
I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the people that's running Instagram. No.
Who makes these decisions, man?
Yeah,
It's an algorithm. They just probably automatically just bing, just take it off. It's probably not,
They probably got me at the top of their list right now.
That's good though. Hey, good. What is it? What they say?
Good publicity.
Good publicity is. Bad. Good is all indifferent. It don't matter.
I'm gonna just repost it with a different caption.
There you go.
See what happens. For sure.
Yeah.
Man. So that's all I got, man.
Yeah, man. Dope show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for coming through.
Of course.
So I hope that you love this podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. I go by the name of Big O. Got my guy Moody here.
You already know.
Got the beautiful, got the beautiful Shalyn Forde.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Transparency Podcast.